On the Umbrella by Zary Fekete. It is difficult to despair completely while holding an umbrella. A small house of ribs and fabric sprung open with a click, lifted like a modest crown above the head. Here in Tokyo, they are everywhere, outside stations in neat racks, leaning like a forest at convenience store entrances, forgotten in the corners of trains. On a wet day, they bloom across intersections like chrysanthemums, bobbing politely past one another without collision. The umbrella is the most communal of possessions here. Everyone has one. Everyone loses one. Everyone knows the faint betrayal of returning to the rack and finding theirs gone, only to take another identical transparent sibling in silent exchange. Ownership dilutes in the rain. The umbrella becomes part of the city itself, shared, borrowed, shrugged into the gray flow. It is a delicate thing, really. Fabric stretched tight enough to hold back the sky, thin metal rods trembling in the wind. The first blast of a typhoon can wrench it inside out with comic cruelty. And yet, the umbrella persists. Convenience stores sell them for a few hundred yen, a price so low it feels like grace. You buy one, you walk outside, and the city feels navigable again. The politeness of Tokyo extends even into rain. People hold their umbrellas slightly tilted, mindful not to scrape another's face with the ribs. They collapse them before entering a shop, leaving small puddles near the entrance, never complaining. Trains carry dozens at a time, propped at angles, dripping gently onto the floor. It is a choreography of accommodation, a quiet ballet in plastic and water. But also, the umbrella is futility. No matter how faithfully I carry mine, my shoes soak through, my pants are freckled with drops, the humidity clings. I step carefully over puddles and still feel water creep in through the seams. Perhaps this is the truest lesson of the umbrella, not victory over the storm, but the courtesy of attempting. When I first moved to Tokyo, I learned the word ame for rain. It falls often in Tokyo, steady, seasonal, shaping the calendar. June's Tsuyo season turns the air into a slow steam bath. Autumn rains paint the pavements with leaves. Typhoons arrive with extravagant drama, toppling signs, flooding rivers, yet always leaving behind calm skies as though nothing had happened. History, too, has been soaked here. Old woodblock prints reveal women in kimono walking under oil paper umbrellas, rain slanting like lines from an invisible brush. Samurai once carried their own umbrellas, status marked not only by sword, but by the lacquered canopy above them. Even now, the umbrella carries a faint echo of ceremony, a small shield between human and heaven. I remember one morning walking along the Sakai River as rain poured steadily. The path was lined with others like me, each under a transparent dome, each isolated yet visible. Through the misted plastic, the world blurred into watercolor, bridges dissolving into gray, trees bending, the river running black with storm. Yet we moved forward together, a colony of small planets orbiting along the same path. There was something holy in it, not the keeping dry, but the act of moving politely, quietly under the storm. The umbrella is not permanence. It will break. It will be forgotten. It will drip on your shoes when you least want it to. But it is the gesture that matters, the click of its opening, the sudden widening of space above the head, the willingness to walk forward anyway. In that way, the umbrella reminds me of faith. Not that it removes the storm, but that it offers a covering. It is never perfect. Water still seeps into shoes. Wind still finds its way through the seams. But it is enough to keep moving. Grace, too, feels like this sometimes. Fragile, ordinary, transparent, yet astonishing in the way it shields. Today, as the sky darkened and the rain began, I thought about the bridge too far, the moment too heavy, the voice too sharp. I thought about how many storms I had no shield against. And then I reached for the umbrella by the door, transparent, cracked, ordinary. I pressed the button, heard the small gasp of the fabric stretching. I stepped out into the rain. And I remembered. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. Psalm 91:4.